Cristiano Ronaldo is phenomenal. Indeed, runs as quick as lightning, incredible talent, and a burning desire to score goals. Along with that, Ronaldo has placed his name on every major trophy, from the Champions League to Ballon d'Or awards, you name it. But is CR7 over? But before we start, if you are new to the channel, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more football content. Chapter 1: A childhood full of adversity. Cristiano Ronaldo's ascent to footballing royalty was tough. Unlike other legends, his initial draw to the sport wasn't about trophies or fame. It was a path out of poverty. Born in Madrid, Portugal, young Cristiano and his family, led by parents José Diniz and Maria Dolores, faced financial struggles. The family even struggled to put food in their belly. But for Ronaldo, this challenge was about to be transformed into an opportunity. This newfound passion quickly turned into an obsession, with Ronaldo dedicating every spare moment to honing his skills. His talent eventually blossomed, culminating in a phenomenal performance during a local showcase match. This display caught the eye of the prestigious Sporting Lisbon Academy, who promptly snatched him up. Within the academy walls, Ronaldo thrived. His game grew sharper with each passing match, but it was a fateful encounter in 22 that truly propelled him forward. Manchester United were in Portugal on a pre-season tour when their paths crossed with Sporting Lisbon. During this clash, a young Ronaldo performed so well that many batted their eyes. Finally, United's legendary coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, watched in awe as Ronaldo dominated the field. The story goes that after the final whistle, a determined Ferguson declared he wouldn't leave Portugal without the young star by his side. A deal was struck with Sporting Lisbon, and for a sum of $23 million. This was the beginning of something huge. Chapter 2: Birth of a Star. Ronaldo, you know now, the goal machine, wasn't always that way. Back then, it was all about the skill show. Numbers weren't his obsession. His focus was on leaving world-class defenders in his dust with dazzling tricks and audacious footwork. His first 2 seasons in the Premier League reflected this style. With 9 goals and 8 assists in 62 games, he wasn't exactly lighting the goalposts on fire. But something shifted. As he matured, a killer instinct began to simmer beneath the surface. The raw talent started translating into results, and the numbers began to sing his praises. Ronaldo began to develop in the 25-06 season, recording 9 goals and 6 assists in 33 league games. But he made a real statement about himself during the 26-07 campaign. In 53 games, he broke his own records with 23 goals and 14 assists in the league. Ronaldo was only getting started, but he was already blazing. When the 27-08 season started, everything had changed drastically. Ronaldo startled everyone by smashing the Premier League record for most goals in a single season with his final season total of 42 goals across all competitions. He scored the most goals in the Champions League and even helped United win the trophy in the championship game. Ronaldo was still the ideal winger because he had a merciless edge and an unquenchable drive for goals, but he had also lost none of his flair or tricks. Everyone could see how brilliant he was that season. His capture of the coveted Ballon d'Or solidified his status as the undisputed king of world football, proving he was more than just the best in the Premier League. Even though United's performance the next season wasn't quite as strong, capturing the league title was still a respectable accomplishment. But Ronaldo had a seed planted in his head after losing to Messi's Barcelona in the Champions League final. Chapter 3: CR7 takes Madrid by storm. A new era begins. Landing in Spain wasn't a fairy tale start. Sure, he bagged a cool 33 goals and 10 assists in just 35 games, but trophies eluded him. Meanwhile, his arch-rival Messi was busy dominating at Barcelona. Critics started whispering, was United his peak? Had he already blown his shot? But Ronaldo never paid attention to his detractors. The following campaign was a textbook example of goal scoring alone. He became the first player in La Liga history to score 40 goals, a merciless machine that tore through opposition defenses. Ronaldo was scoring goals for fun. In just 54 games, he finished the season with an incredible 53 goals and 18 assists. However, there was one particular instance that probably retains a particular place in his heart. His first El Clasico goal, a thumping header that secured the Copa del Rey final win. This season also marked a turning point in Ronaldo's career, a shift that would define him later on. Remember how he started as a wide midfielder, more focused on dazzling skills than tracking back. That's how he arrived at Madrid. But here, he donned a new hat, the main striker. 7 games up front proved he could lead the attack with just as much fire. Spain was ultimately conquered by Ronaldo and Real Madrid in the 2011-12 season. They broke all previous La Liga records and were the first team to score an incredible 100 points. Ronaldo had an incredible run of play, culminating in an incredible 46 goals in 38 games. More significantly, he scored more than 50 goals in a season when he became the first player to reach the 60-goal plateau. Messi continued to be the focus of attention despite having an incredible season. The Argentine mastermind had won the last 4 Ballon d'Or in a row and amassed an incredible 71 goals for Barcelona. Ronaldo was adamant about unseating him. He raised the stakes once more the next year. This time, he scored an incredible 55 goals in 55 games, matching his goal total with the amount of games played. Add to that clutch performances like a hat trick that secured Portugal's World Cup qualification, and Ronaldo secured his second Ballon d'Or. However, the biggest prize, the Champions League, remained elusive. In 2013-14, Ronaldo made it his personal mission to deliver La Decima, the 10th Champions League title for Real Madrid. With an incredible 17 goals in just 11 games, he broke the record for most goals scored in a competition and still managed to reach the 50-goal mark for the season. The unstoppable goal-scoring machine was about to have his craving for the Champions League trophy sated. But Ronaldo's peak was about to be shattered by an untimely incident. Chapter 4: Footballer's Worst Nightmare, Injuries. 2013-14 wasn't just about trophies, it was a turning point etched in Ronaldo's memory, a moment that marked the beginning of a shift. A nasty injury against Valladolid threatened to sideline him for weeks, potentially costing him the Champions League final and the World Cup. Rest wasn't an option for Ronaldo. He craved the glory. So he pushed himself, returning early against doctors' warnings. The gamble came with a caveat: if he continued his high-risk dribbling style and suffered similar injuries, early retirement loomed. This changed everything. Ronaldo, ever the strategist, adapted. He focused on becoming a goal machine, transitioning from a winger to a center forward. The results were explosive. The 2014-15 season saw him erupt with a mind-blowing 61 goals and 23 assists in all competitions. This newfound striker role felt so natural that he even carried it over to Portugal. While he continued to play wide for Madrid, his national team saw him leading the attack down the middle. At the Euros that year, Ronaldo spearheaded Portugal to their first ever international title, even claiming the top scorer award. 2016 and 2017 were his golden years. Imagine this: 97 goals in just 90 games, Champions League triumphs back-to-back, with Ronaldo taking home the MVP award each time. Moreover, he won consecutive Ballon d'Ors. He added another top scorer trophy to his collection at the end of the 2017-18 season after completing a historic three-peat with Real Madrid in the Champions League. Then, in an unexpected transfer to Juventus in 2018, Ronaldo left Los Blancos. Despite his continued ability to score goals, 101 goals and 22 assists in 134 games, the Champions League was the one prize he failed to win. It appeared as though his stay in Italy was coming to an end 3 seasons later. In 2021, he decided it was time to return home to Manchester United, where it all began. Chapter 5: It's coming home but badly. Despite leading the line for United in his homecoming season, things turned sour. Despite his solid 39-game total of 24 goals and 3 assists, the squad was unable to qualify for the Champions League. Following the dismissal of manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ronaldo did not fit in with Erik ten Hag's new team hierarchy. In the midst of the 2022-2023 season, Ronaldo abruptly quit the squad after the conflict became public, sparking a media storm with Piers Morgan interview. Leaving United wasn't a sign of weakness, though. He silenced doubters who claimed he was washed up by heading to a new league, a bold move for someone of his stature. At Al Nassr, his destination, his detractors laughed, but Ronaldo silenced them fast. It is essential to draw analogies between Cristiano Ronaldo and other football greats while analyzing his prime. Lionel Messi is one name that comes up frequently. The athletes' competition goes beyond team colors as they push each other to extraordinary levels. Messi was a master at creating plays and maintaining tight control, while Ronaldo had lightning-fast pace and a fierce finishing touch. Both had dominant careers during which they broke goal-scoring records and won numerous Ballon d'Or awards. But there's a good argument to be made that Ronaldo was something truly exceptional in his peak. Ronaldo was a versatile player who excelled in a variety of leagues and playing styles, in contrast to Messi, who was essentially a creative maestro for Barcelona. He moved from being a brilliant winger at Manchester United to a deadly center forward at Real Madrid with ease. Some claim that this versatility shows a more well-rounded skill set than Messi's. Legends such as Diego Maradona and Pelé are also deserving of recognition. Comparisons are difficult because of Pelé's overwhelming dominance in a bygone era, but his goal-scoring record is still unrivaled. On the other side, Maradona led Argentina to World Cup victory and had dribbling skills that were virtually legendary, but their peak years were less than Ronaldo's 10-year run of consistent greatness. The greatest ever argument is ultimately a matter of opinion. However, Cristiano Ronaldo's prime matches up well against the most prominent players in football history when it comes to peak performance and adaptability. His unwavering work ethic and goal-driven nature drove him to a level of domination in the beautiful game that is seldom seen. In addition to being an exceptional individual, he redefined what was possible for a top-tier football player during his time. However, these are some unanswered questions. Was there a real change in his style of play following his 2013 injury? Or was the transition to a center forward inevitable? What would his peak have looked like if Lionel Messi hadn't been there to challenge him all the time? Click on this video if you want to see football players who hated each other.